If you're wondering what are some of the best strategies that you could be implementing right now to leverage all the eyeballs that we have going on the internet, in this episode, I'm going to show you 5 of the top strategies you should be deploying right now to make your content stand out. What's up, loungers? We're going to get down to business straight away with tip number 1, which comes at you straight from the brand Nike, because I love their slogan, just do it. Now, we all know that consumption is up. Well, we don't all know, but if you didn't know, consumption is up like crazy on social media, on platforms, on the internet as a whole. In fact, a couple articles I was reading about that I'll link in the description below talk about how YouTube consumption has actually gone up 75% during the current climate, which is just mind-boggling. And then Facebook came out and also said that in countries like Italy that got hit the hardest, consumption is actually up over 70% in that country as a whole. And I'm sure that countries like the UK and the United States, who had previously adopted Facebook for so many years and have done the same with YouTube, are probably seeing similar numbers. And that presents an amazing opportunity for entrepreneurs, for creators, for bloggers and podcasters and artists and small business owners, as well as entrepreneurs, to get their message out there. So instead of worrying that you need to get everything perfect and you have to have all the best equipment before you can launch that podcast or get that blog going, or just create more videos, more content on social media, more of that educational, entertaining, or inspiring communication, I want you to follow the Nike motto and just do it. Just start. Just publish, press record, right? Create, be inspiring, be a leader in this time. And really, it sounds basic, but common sense isn't always common practice. And we've talked about that at length here on the pod as well as on the YouTube channel. And I want to make sure that you have this skill set down, that you just launch messy, that you get yourself out there, that you double down on consistency. And those skills are important regardless of the current climate. But right now, they're more important than ever. Here's the thing. People are really looking for positivity in this time. They need a break from all of the bad news that they're getting bombarded with, that truly the media completely leverages and, brings a lot of things out of proportion and just creates all this sensationalism, which is needed to some extent, but it can be totally overwhelming. It could totally create this spiral of negativity. And so we've been hearing from you guys, our community, that you so appreciate our content because it's refreshing, because it's distracting, because it gives you that place that allows you to just feel inspired and excited about creating content and about leveraging, online marketing, about taking your business to the next level and really using this time to learn and level up. So instead of waiting until everything is perfect, instead of, trying to nitpick and make sure that, you get all the strategy down, I'd much rather see you just do it, right? In the Nike style. Just go out there and start showing face. Show up for your people, show up for your community, and really create this sense of consistency where your voice is being heard, where you're educating, where you're entertaining, or you're inspiring your audience. And this is something that's applicable no matter what kind of business model you have, whether you're selling physical products, right? In this current climate, in this current time frame, that's amazing. You get to still operate your business, or you're taking a little bit of a setback and looking at ways that you can pivot and kind of, reposition your brand. Or maybe you're selling, courses and online education. Or you're selling a service and maybe you're taking, a little bit of a break right now because services might be a little tough to sell unless they're being totally sold online, which should be the goal. And you're trying to just use this time to grow your audience, to grow your message, to build your email list, to get more eyeballs and capture, right, this incredible opportunity that we have right now. Just so much attention being directed at the online space. And I'm telling you, we've polled our audience, we've talked to our members inside the business lounge, and about 87% of the folks in our community who run online businesses are telling us their traffic is up, right? Their sales are actually up. They're either not experiencing setbacks or they're actually growing right now, which is amazing because we've experienced the same. This is a time where people are looking for resources. They're looking for leaders and brands to really step up and help them, feel inspired, help distract them from everything that's going on, or just educate and entertain them. And you could be one of those people. So I really want to encourage you to just do it.
Yes, you can! Just do it!
Now, it wouldn't be one of our Business Lounge episodes if we didn't have some lovely tea. So I'm in a totally different environment today. So I'm just sipping on some spearmint tea. And guys, I like to layer my teas. I got some spearmint for that digestion. I got some lemon in here for that antioxidant boost. And I have a little bit of echinacea because we got to keep that immune system up. So salud. So good. Just heals the soul. Just heals the soul. You know what I'm talking about? Your girl loves her tea. So let's get into tip number 2, and that is to use the WIFM method. And WIFM stands for what's in it for me. See, the thing about content across the board, whether you're an influencer or you are a small business owner or an entrepreneur, people who watch content, people who consume or listen to content, people who read content, whatever format it is, in the back of their mind, they're always thinking about what's in it for them. Whether they're consuming that piece of content or creating some kind of transaction, a value exchange with your brand, that really is at the core of what every single person thinks about. And so often I'm seeing on social media influencers and, these brand new people to the space, relatively speaking, right? Really just make it everything about them. Check out my life. I'm so cool. Look at, all the luxury that I get to live in. That Instagram perfect life sort of facade, right? And we see that with women on Instagram a lot. We see it with men on YouTube a lot. Look at my Lambo. Look at all the girls at my party. Look at my pool. All those things are self-serving, and they might capture attention for a short span of time. But at the end of the day, the intention behind that content is very self-serving. It's all about creating, right, this illusion of a perfect life and then making yourself popular and making yourself feel like you are, just way better, have a better life than anyone else. It's about becoming famous, right? Whether that's YouTube famous or Instagram famous. And that's not true content. It's not really the kind of content that is sustainable or that comes out of a place of just service. And I am totally against that kind of iteration of content. In fact, I think that I had the privilege of starting on this content marketing path way before any of this happened. Like 2012, Instagram wasn't a big deal. In fact, Instagram was not the influential, social media platform. And we really heard time and time again from marketers, from, titans of the industry who came before us and really just carved a path. They would constantly say, your content needs to educate, entertain, or inspire, right? Over and over and over. And that was ingrained in my brain. And I think this new generation of online entrepreneurs, this new generation of influencers really needs to understand that concept. They need the privilege of having that information accessible to them. And so if you've been in the game for a while or you've heard people talk about this concept, you're doing it right? We're talking about entertaining, we're talking about educating, and we're talking about inspiring people. We're serving. People come first, right? We're talking about really listening to your community and creating content that speaks to them, content that they care about, content that they're searching for. If you can meet a need online, you are so much more well positioned for growth, especially during this time frame where the situation is changing every single day and there is a lot of unknowns. You could be that source of inspiration, of education, or entertainment. And I recently listened to this awesome episode by Think Media, Sean Cannell's team. I'll link it below. But he was showcasing a little clip of Gary Vaynerchuk, who was talking exactly about this exact topic. What is the deal with influencers just making everything about them and really losing track of what a platform does, how it serves people, and really what's sustainable, right? We're talking about long term, playing that long game that Gary's always talking about. So it's something that I really want you to think about. If you want to stand out, really always create content with that mindset of like, okay, if my audience is listening to this, they're going to be thinking like, what's in it for me? And I'm going to deliver as much value as I possibly can up front. And I'm going to do that consistently. And that's really how you garner attention and you set yourself apart from all the noise and all the competition that's happening online. And hey, if this content is valuable, would you go ahead and give me a big thumbs up? Let me know in the comments section, what kind of tea are you enjoying lately? Would love to hear from you. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already. We talk about marketing and business strategies just like this one in this channel. So if that's something that you're interested in, if you really just want to level your skill set up, consider subscribing because this is what we're all about. We're here to learn and grow together and leverage online business as a community. All right, so strategy number 3 is all about getting creative. Think outside the box. This is the time to show up like a pro. And I always tell this to my members, right? You can't grow a brand from behind your laptop. You gotta show face. You gotta show up for your people. And that means creating content consistently. And if you can ramp up that content during this time, even better. If you can show up live, if you're doing live videos, maybe on Facebook or on YouTube, if you can create more content on your blog, if you can create maybe an extra podcast episode, this all creates a snowball effect that'll help you get momentum and help you really just grow faster. So think of ways that you can just jazz up your content. And I'm loving how I'm seeing other creators in my similar niche do this. In fact, Pat Flynn has been doing this awesome live show on YouTube every single morning, specifically talking about ways that you can generate income. I'll link to that below as well. And I thought it was such a creative spin and such a valuable, helpful type of content, especially during this time. So a couple other ideas is, hey, you can, start your Instagram live show, or you could just start creating more behind the scenes stories. Or maybe this is the time to finally go ahead and, create a new kind of show on your podcast, or maybe a special series on your YouTube channel, or even just a compilation of some new type of post on your blog. Get creative, really brainstorm some cool ideas, get inspiration from people outside of your industry, but just jazz it up. Think of ways that you can just change things up, do things better, and just level up. The next strategy is to really just tell people how they could be leveraging your existing content. And this is something that I didn't even think to do until a couple of weeks ago. We actually polled our members, like I said, inside of the Business Lounge. And one of the things that I kept hearing in terms of feedback was, we love all the content you're creating. It would be awesome if you created a guide on how we could leverage all of it. I'm sure that there's tons in here that I haven't even, been able to access yet. And if you're not a member of the Business Lounge yet, that's content that you've never seen on the YouTube channel or here on the podcast. We have over 800 videos inside that community that teach you everything from how to validate your business idea all the way of scaling it up to multiple 6 and 7 figures. So really just thinking about ways that you can compilate the existing content that you have, especially if you're a little bit more advanced, you've been doing this for a while, and you're just looking for ways to level up, this could be such a great idea. And then the format is totally varies, right? It could just be creating a blog post where you're compiling your top 10 posts and giving people ideas and examples of how they could be leveraging the content that you've already created. Maybe you can create a YouTube video talking about all the previous episodes you've created, how to search for them on your actual channel, or you compile a bunch of playlists on specific topics, and then you create a landing page on your site that just guides people through those topics, gives them easy links, and helps them get educated and consume your content in a more streamlined way. Now, one of the ways that we've been able to do this on our site is through our Get Started Here page. And we actually have 3 different pages compiling all of our best resources on individual topics. And that's been a page that we've had on the site for over 4 years now. It's one of the pages that gets the most amount of traffic on our website. And I really, really want you to maybe steal the strategy and just get it done. I'll link that in the show description in case you want to check it out. And finally, this is the time to level up your production. And that is strategy number 5. Now, I know that the first strategy I talked about was all about just doing it, right? Just skipping through all the perfectionism and just making it happen. However, there's always room to improve. And so you're constantly balancing as a creator, as an entrepreneur, both of those, right? Just totally getting things done, even if they're messy, just shipping them, but then also at the same time leveling up, learning, and talking about, how you're going to be creating better branding, better graphics, utilizing and leveraging this time to level up your skill set and really just start taking your production value to the next level. Whether that means getting better equipment if you can find it, or just learning how to use your tech more efficiently, taking a couple of courses on how to create better photography, better videos, how to leverage content marketing, or how to boost your conversions, whatever that might mean. The end goal is to create a better experience for your users, but then also leverage those eyeballs and that attention into growth for your brand. And this is the time to do that. So level up. Make a list of 5 different things that you'd like to improve on when it comes to your content creation and the experience that you're bringing to your audience. And then just look for resources, right? Listen to podcasts like this one. Go check out YouTube and leverage that. Sign up for courses. Whatever you have to do to just take this time to really rethink your strategy and start optimizing what you're already creating so that you have more impact. So there you have it, loungers. 5 strategies that you could be deploying right now to just garner more attention during this time frame, level up your content, stand out, and start creating more impact by serving wholeheartedly. All right, fam, so here's the question of the day. How are you going to be leveling up your content strategy? Let me know in the comment section below. Your insight means so much to this community. I get comments all the time from you guys talking about how you're getting so much inspiration from what other people in the community are sharing. So I'd love to hear from you over on the comment section. That is all from me today. I hope you're staying safe, staying sane, and staying profitable. I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now. We will start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. So hey, if you're okay.
Did you allow me in my mouth?
Did you already eat it?
No, I'm waiting.
You're waiting? Oh my God, world's best husband. Literally.